Students, welcome to the YouTube channel Mathematics Tells Helper. In video, our topic is ring theory. This is part 3. Part 1 and part 2 is also in my channel. Link of that videos are given in description box. Part 3 is the continuation of part 2 and continuation of part 3 is part 4. All the videos are available in my channel and there are many other parts. Please see all the videos to get clear concept about ring theory. Here I discuss about divisor of 0 and some problems, that is some examples related divisor of 0 and then cancellation law, and I discuss a theorem. This is a relation between a divisor of 0 and cancellation law. After watching, if you can understand my video, please like it, otherwise dislike, and share it with your friends. If the channel is till not subscribed, please subscribe it and say your friends to subscribe the YouTube channel Mathematics Students Helper. Now we will go our topics. At first I give the definition of divisor of 0. So for that purpose, here we consider a ring. We see that something multiplication 0 equal to 0 for all a belongs to a. Here 0 means 0 element. Here 0 means 0 element in the ring, as well as 0 dot beta b equal to 0 for all b in a. That is multiplication of two elements. When one element is 0, here you see that 0 is right side and here 0 is left side. However, if one element, at least one element of two elements is 0, then the result will be a 0 element. Okay, that is multiplication of every element with 0 element is always 0 element. Okay, now our question is it possible to find 0 multiplication, value of multiplication of when we consider two non-zero elements? That is a dot b equal to 0 where a and b are non-zero. Is it possible? Its answer is yes, it is possible. For example, let us consider the ring Z6 plus dot, that is ring of modulo 6. You know about it. Actually Z6 contains equivalence classes, that is these are 0 bar, 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar and 3 bar, 4 bar and 5 bar. And here we define addition in such a way that suppose 3 bar plus 4 bar means 7 bar. Again 7 bar means you have to divide 7 by 6 and you have to consider the remainder. If you divide 7 by 6, the remainder will be 1. Therefore 3 bar plus 4 bar equal to 7 bar means 1 bar. Okay, and similarly product can be calculated in same process. 3 bar into 4 bar means 12 bar. 12 bar means 0 bar, because remainder when 12 is divided by 6 we get the remainder 0, therefore 12 bar will be 0. Okay, here Z6 the 0 element is 0 bar. We write down 0 bar as simply 0. Here 2 bar and 3 bar are non-zero element. Non-zero element means here 0 is the 0 element, it is not 0 of real number. Okay, this 0 is the 0 element of the ring Z6 plus dot. Here I write down plus suffix 6 or multiplication suffix 6 to mentioning the addition and multiplication over Z6. Actually these are not at usual addition and multiplication of the real number. Okay, however here we consider two non-zero elements 2 bar and 3 bar, but if you consider the product or multiplication of 2 bar and 3 bar, 2 bar and 3 bar means 6 bar. 6 bar means here the ring is Z6, so you have to divide 6 by 6 and the remainder is 0, therefore this will be 0 bar. Here 0 bar is the 0 element, so I write here 0, where 0 is 0 bar, which is 0 element in the ring. Okay, here you see that product multiplication of two non-zero element is a 0 element. So here 2 bar and 3 bar are called divisor of 0. Here this is an example of divisor of 0. Now I will give the definition of divisor of 0. In a ring R plus dot, a non-zero element A is said to be a left divisor of 0 if there exists a non-zero element B in R such that A dot B equal to 0, where 0 is the zero element in R. You see that here product of two non-zero element is 0. A is the given element, that is a non-zero element A, and B we find later if there exists a non-zero element B. However, the product of two elements to non-zero element is here 0. Therefore, these are divisor of 0. Here we consider about the conclusion of 3. So, conclusion of A. Here you see that A, the non-zero element A is in left side of multiplication. The non-zero element A is in the left side of the multiplication. So here A is called left divisor of 0. Okay. Similarly, if we can find a non-zero element A in R is said to be right divisor of 0 if there exists a non-zero element C in R such that C dot A equal to 0. 0 is the 0 element. Here you see that there are also two elements C and A are non-zero. You see that a non-zero element A, here A is non-zero, and here also C is non-zero element C. So the multiplication of two non-zero element is 0, and here A is right side of the multiplication. For that purpose, A is called right divisor of 0. Okay, right divisor of 0. So however, if it is left divisor of 0 or it is right divisor of 0, it is called divisor of 0. Okay, please see that here you can say B as right divisor of 0, and here you can say C as left divisor of 0. Okay, divisor of 0 means you know that if B divides A, then A will be B into something. A equal to B into something. So here 0 equal to A into something. You see that here 0 into A into something. So A is the divisor of 0, and similarly here 0 equal to A into something. So A is the divisor of 0. This is similar as definition of divisor in integer or divisor of 0. Here we read it in later in the portion of ring, the definition of divisor. Okay, you can remind it with the help of divisor under integer. Okay, note, if R plus is a commutative ring, then A dot B equal to 0 implies that B dot equal to 0. Here if A are B non-zero elements, then A will be left divisor of 0. So if A is a left divisor of 0, then A is also right divisor of 0. In the definition you see that here I consider the element B non-zero element, but here we consider the non-zero element C. The question is are B and C equal or distinct? There are no answer. It may be equal or may be disjoint. Disjoint means distinct. If you take the commutative ring, then B and C must be equal, but there are many examples where B and C are not equal. I give an example. Okay, now at first I give a example. In example 1, here you consider the ring Z6 plus dot, the ring of modulo 6. Here you see that two non-zero elements 2 bar and 3 bar, and multiplication of 2 bar and 3 bar is 6 bar, which is 0 element. So you conclude that 2 bar is a left divisor of 0, because you see that 2 bar is in left side of the multiplication, and here 3 bar is also 0 non-zero element. So here 3 bar is a left divisor of 0. Similarly, we can write 3 bar into 2 bar equal to 0 bar, that is it is a 0 element. So here 2 is in the right side of the multiplication, so we can write 2 bar is a right divisor of 0. Okay, so here 2 bar is a right divisor of 0 and 2 bar is a left divisor of 0. Okay, you see that here I get multiplication 2 and some non-zero elements. Here is 3 bar is 0 bar, and you see that here is 3 bar and 3 bar is multiplied in the right side of 2 bar, and here 3 bar is multiplied in the left side of 2 bar. Here B and C are equal. A dot B and C dot A. Here B and C are equal, but because the ring is commutative. Now I give you another example in example 3. In example 3, you will see there we consider a ring of square matrices of order 2. There we consider some element. There will be the element will be left divisor of 0 as well as right divisor of 0, but there B and C are unequal. I will discuss in example 3. However, here 3 bar is also a divisor of 0, because here you see that here 3 bar is the right divisor of 0 and here 3 bar is the left divisor of 0. Similarly, 3 bar is a divisor of 0, that is, it is a left divisor of 0 as well as right divisor of 0. Now we consider example 2. Here all the rings, set of real numbers, set of integers, set of rational numbers, all the rings are rings containing no divisor of 0. We consider the rings R plus dot, Q plus dot, Z plus dot and Z5 plus dot. All the rings contains no divisor of 0. At first I tell about at first I tell about the ring set of real numbers, set of rational number and set of integer. Here you see that in real number if you product two non-zero real number, the result will be non-zero. But or if you consider two non-zero rational number or two non-zero integer, their multiplication will be non-zero. So this set contains no divisor of 0. Now here I give some another example, another set Z5 plus dot, Z5 plus dot, you see that here is Z5 plus dot. Z5 plus dot is also a ring. It contains no divisor of 0. In next later video or in next video I will try to prove, or in some other video I will try to prove Zn plus dot when n is prime, it contains no divisor of 0. You see that in Z6 plus dot the ring contains a divisor of 0, but here Z5 plus dot contains no divisor of 0. Okay. Now I will give example 3. Here you consider the set of all square matrices of order 2 with respect to usual addition and usual multiplication. That is, we denote it m suffix 2 of r plus dot or r2 by 2 plus dot. This example was discussed in video 1 part 1. You can see that video. All the links are given in description box. However, here we consider two non-zero elements. Here I will show that the ring contains divisor of 0, because here you consider two non-zero elements 1, 2, 2, 4. These are non-zero elements in the set of square matrix of order 2. Here non-zero elements means this matrix is non-zero because at least one of 4 elements is non-zero. Here all of the elements is non-zero, but if this element is non-zero but all other elements are 0, then it will be a non-zero element of M2 of R. Okay. However, if you consider the multiplication of that two elements, then the multiplication will be 0, 0, 0, 0. Calculate, you get that result. So 1, 2, 2, 4 is a left divisor of 0. Okay. So 1, 2, 2, 4 is a left divisor of 0. Here a dot b equal to 0, but here we will show that b dot a is not equal to 0. That is, we take the we reverse the order. That is, at first I will take 2 6 minus 1 3 and then 1 2 2 4, and it's, if you product or multiply that two matrices, the result will be here 2 into 1 means 2, first column, that is 2 into 1 means 2, and 6 into 2 means 12. 12 plus 2 is 4. Therefore, first element will be 14. So we have to, if you not calculate that portion, that there is no problem. But here I calculate. A second element will be 2 into 2 means 4, and 6 into 4 means 24. 24 plus 4 means 28. Here will be 28. And in third position, that is second row and first column, this element will be -1 into -1 means -1. Here -3 into 2 means -6. Therefore -6 -1, that means -7. This is here 7, and that element will be second row and second column. That means -1 2 means -2, and here 4 3 -12. -12 -2 means 14. Clearly this is a non-zero element. You see that here this multiplication is 0, but since we take the multiplication changing the order of two elements, this is non-zero. It happens because the given reading was not commutative. So a dot b equal to 0 always does not imply that b dot a equal to 0. Our question is it right divisor of 0? The answer is yes. Here we consider another non-zero elements. Here the elements is -2 4 2 -1. If you multiply that elements with that, the result will be 0. So here you see that there are two non-zero elements, and the multiplication and that of that two matrices is 0, and here 1 2 2 4 is the right side of multiplication. So 1 2 2 4 is a right divisor of 0. Okay, so here 1 2 2 4 is a left divisor of 0 as well as right divisor of 0. Okay, so you see that the example. Now I will give another example. This is example 4. This is a set of square matrices, but particular type of square matrices. Here you see that the four components are the elements in main diagonal or principal diagonal are same A, and here this is B and there is 2B, that is this is double of that element. In main diagonal or principal diagonal, the elements are same A, and the opposite other diagonal contains two elements. Here upper elements is something and lower element is double of that elements, AB to BA, where AB a real number. We have to examine if the ring of matrices contains divisor of 0. We consider the ring is R, therefore R is AB to BA, where AB are real numbers. Let alpha equal to AB to be 0, a non-zero element in R. Therefore this is non-zero means at least one of the elements of four elements must be non-zero. If A is non-zero, therefore it is also non-zero. Therefore B can 0, but AB cannot be 0 at a time. Therefore AB in R, where A and B are not simultaneously 0 0, we have to check that A is a left divisor or not. For that purpose, we consider beta is a matrix PQ to QR such that alpha beta equal to 0. Okay, if we can show that beta is a non-null matrix or non-zero matrix, that is at least one of PQ is non-zero, then we can conclude that A is a left divisor of 0. Otherwise, alpha is not a left divisor of 0. Because if it always implies that beta equal to 0, then we can conclude that alpha is not a left divisor of 0, because left divisor of 0 occurs when multiplication of two non-zero element is 0. Okay, so our target is to find beta as non-zero matrix, because here if beta is a null matrix, that is 0 0 0 0, that this also in the set R, and that case alpha dot 0 means 0. This is obvious, but we have to, our target is to find a non-zero vector beta. Now alpha dot beta equal to 0 implies that just we have to product multiplication alpha with beta. Just here I write down here alpha and here beta. Okay, the product will be, here you see that AP plus 2BQ first element, here second element is 2BP plus AQ. This is first element, first row, first column, and then first row, second column will be AQ plus BP. Okay, and third second row, first column, that is 2 1 position, 2BP. Here you see that 2BP plus 2AQ, that means 2 into AQ plus BP. This is the double of that element, and here this is 2BQ plus AP. These are the same elements. However, if we calculate the same components, we get AP plus 2BQ 0, as well as this is BP plus AQ 0. Here we see that BP plus AQ equal to 0. here clearly this is, we have to find the vector beta. We have to, our target is to finding non-zero vector if there exists a non-zero matrix beta. So we have to find p and q because this is beta. So we have to find p and q where p q are not zero at a time, which is the system of two linear and homogeneous equation. Here homogeneous means right hand side contains 0, constant term is 0, so this is the homogeneous system. In homogeneous system this has trivial solution. The trivial solution is p equal to 0 and q equal to 0. It has trivial solution and the solution is p equal to 0 and q equal to 0. Now we want to find the solution in which pq are not 0 0, that is p and q are not 0 at a time. If here p q non-zero means if here p is 0 then q may be q have to non-zero, and here p q are both can be non-zero also. We get the coefficient determinant of the above system as here coefficient of p is a, here coefficient of q is 2b, and here coefficient of p is b, and here coefficient of q is a. Therefore a 2b bq, and its value is a square minus 2b square. Okay. If coefficient determinant is 0, then by Cramer's rule the system has infinitely many solution. You know the Cramer's rule, if a square minus 2b square equal to 0, then by Cramer's rule the system has infinitely many solution. That is, the system has a solution other than the trivial solution. Many solution means it has more than one solution, but here in that case we know this is a has at least a solution, one solution, this is trivial solution. So we can conclude that the system has a solution other than the trivial solution pq 0 0. Other than means we can find a solution for which pq are not simultaneously 0 0. That is, we get non-zero solution, that is we get pq not equal to 0 0. This happens only a square minus b square, a square minus 2b square equal to 0. Now for ab belongs to R, a square minus 2b square holds if a equal to plus minus 2 root b. Okay. If you choose b equal to 1, then a will be root 2. For example, a equal to root 2, b equal to 1. A equal to root 2, b equal to 1. That is alpha equal to root 2 1, because alpha was a, b, 2b, a. So these are a, here b, here 2b. These are alpha. For that alpha, a square minus 2b square equal to 0. Therefore, we can find non-zero pq. We get non-zero matrix beta pq to qr. Since pq are not simultaneously 0, therefore beta will be a non-zero matrix, and here alpha beta equal to 0. So here therefore alpha is a alpha here root 2 1 to root 2 is a left divisor of 0. Hence the given ring contains divisor of 0. There are many examples. You can take any alpha satisfying the relation a square minus 2b square equal to 0. Okay. Now we will back in again example 4. Here you see that the ground field of the matrix is a real number. If you change the set of real number as ground field and take in the place real number as set of rational number, then what happens? Suppose this example is not 4, this example is 5. This calculation process is same as example 5. For that purpose, we consider the given ring as R, where R is that where just ground field, that is the elements A, B are in Q. Let alpha equal to A, B, 2B, Q, B and non-zero element in R. Then A, B will be real number not, this will be rational number, and A, B are not simultaneously 0 0. Let beta equal to PQ to QP belongs to R such that alpha beta equal to 0. Just same as previous problem. Now we have to multiply alpha with beta, then the result will be that. Okay, then you have to compare the components and then you will get the system of equation. Okay, just comparing the same component you will get the system of linear and homogeneous equation, which is a system of linear and homogeneous equation in P and Q. The system has, since it is homogeneous, the system has trivial solution, and this is P equal to 0, Q equal to 0, but we want to find non-zero solution in which PQ are not equal 0, not simultaneously 0 0. We get the coefficient 0 equal to that. This is a square minus a square minus 2b square. This was same as for previous problem. If a square minus b square equal to 2b0, then by Cramer-Snell the system has non-trivial solution. That is, it has non-zero solution. But that is the system has a non-zero solution. But a square for AB belongs to Q, a square minus 2b square. Here you see that when this will be 0, the system has infinitely many solution. But here AB a rational number. So a square minus 2b square equal to 0 if a plus minus root 2b. Since a be a rational number, these are not possible, because you see that since here alpha is non-zero matrix, therefore small a small b are non-zero elements. So here we conclude that here b is non-zero, because if b is 0, then a will be 0. That is, a b are both 0, but here we consider non-zero matrix alpha, for which alpha beta are not simultaneously 0. So you have to take b non-zero. If b is non-zero, then a by b equal to plus minus root 2 plus 2 or minus root 2. That is, a by b is an irrational number. But here you see that a b are a rational number. Division of two rational number is always a rational number provided b is non-zero. But here you see that division of a by b is a irrational number. This is not possible, which contradicts the a equal to plus minus root 2b is not possible when ab belongs to q. Okay, therefore coefficient determinant is always non-zero. Non-zero means the system has a unique solution. By Cramer's rule, the system has a unique solution. Therefore the system 1 has unique solution, and the solution is p equal to 0, q equal to 0. The solution is trivial solution, because we know that the system has a solution p equal to 0, q equal to 0. Thus beta alpha equal to alpha dot beta equal to 0 implies that beta equal to beta means pq to qp. Here values of pq are 0 0. Okay, so beta equal to 0, therefore a cannot be a left divisor of 0. Since alpha is right divisor, arbitrary element, therefore hence alpha is not a left divisor of 0. That is, the given set contents, given ring contains no left divisor of 0. Similarly, we can show that alpha is not a right divisor of 0. Okay, so the given ring contains no divisor of 0, that is, contains neither left divisor of 0 nor right divisor of 0, that is, it contains no divisor of 0. Now I will discuss about cancellation law. Cancellation law has two cancellation, one is left cancellation, another is right cancellation law. Here we consider three elements in R with a non-zero. If a dot b equal to a dot c, imply करे b dot c. Just see, a dot b equal to a dot c, if a dot b equal to a dot c implies b equal to c, that is, we cancel a from the left side. So we can conclude that the left cancellation law holds in R. If a dot b equal to ac implies that b equal to c, a must be non-zero. This cancellation law is also available in group, but there a is non-zero, it was not mentioned, because zero element and non-zero element, the concept of zero element occurs at first in a ring. In a group theory, there are no zero element, concept of zero element. Okay, however, since here a is cancelled from left side, this is called left cancellation law. You have to remember that which element is cancelled, that it must be non-zero. Okay, similarly, if you cancel a from right side, this will be right cancellation law. For right cancellation law, we consider three elements a, b, c with a as non-zero. If b dot a equal to c dot a implies that b equal to c. So here we cancel c from right side. So we conclude so it is a right cancellation law. So if b dot a equal to c dot a implies that b equal to n, we say right cancellation law hold. Okay. In first case, we cancel a from left side of multiplication, so it is called left cancellation. Here we cancel a from right side, so it is right cancellation law. And please remember, the element which will be cancelled must be non-zero. Now we will get a relation of cancellation law and divisor of zero, the statement of theorem in such a way that the cancellation law holds in a ring if and only if the ring has no divisor of zero or ring contains no divisor of zero. The cancellation law holds in a ring R if and only if R has no divisor of zero. So the theorem has two parts. If if cancellation law holds in R, then R contains no divisor of zero, and conversely, if R contains no divisor of zero, then cancellation law holds in R. This is the theorem we will go in proof. Let cancellation law holds in R. Okay, let cancellation law hold in R. Now we will show that it contains left divisor of 0. For that purpose, let A, B are two elements with A non-zero such that A dot B equal to 0. Now we will check A is a left divisor or not. If we can find B, a non-zero element B, then we can conclude that A is a left divisor of 0. Otherwise, if B is always 0, here you see that if B is 0, this relation holds automatically, because we know A dot 0 equal to 0 for all A. However, we want to find a non-zero B. If we can find a non-zero element B, then we can conclude that A is a left divisor of 0. Otherwise means if B is always 0, then A is not a left divisor of 0. Here you see that A dot B is 0. Again, 0 can be written as 0 can be written as A dot 0. So A dot B equal to A dot 0. Since cancellation law holds, and here A is, you see that A is non-zero, so you can cancel A from left side by using left cancellation law, and this will be 0. So B equal to 0 by left cancellation law. Okay, so A is not a left divisor of 0. Thus here A dot B equal to 0 with A non-zero implies that B equal to 0. So A is not a left divisor of 0. Now we will show A is not a right divisor of 0. For that purpose, we consider A be a non-zero element in R. Also let C be a element in R such that C dot A equal to 0. C dot A equal to 0. Now we have to check if A is a right divisor of 0 or not. You see that you can write 0 equal to 0 equal to 0 dot A. That is C dot A equal to 0 dot A, where A is non-zero. Here you take A is non-zero, therefore A is non-zero. So we can cancel A from right side because cancellation law holds in the ring. So right cancellation law is also hold. So C equal to 0 by right cancellation law. So you see that here we consider C dot A equal to 0 where A is non-zero element, and the result is C is 0. The C dot A equal to 0 with A not equal to 0 implies that C equal to 0. Therefore A is not a right divisor of 0. Since A is arbitrary, so the ring contains no divisor of 0. No contains neither left divisor of 0 nor right divisor of 0. That is, it contains no divisor of 0. Okay. So first part of the theorem is proved. First part means if cancellation law holds in R, then R has no divisor of 0. now we prove the converse part. For that purpose, we consider the ring containing no divisor of 0. Conversely, let the ring R contains no divisor of 0. Now at first we prove the left cancellation 0. For that purpose, we consider three elements ABC with A non-zero such that A dot B equal to A dot C. We have to cancel A from both sides. This is our target. We have to prove that B equal to C. Okay, here ABC are three real numbers with A non-zero because we cancel A. Our target is to cancel A, so A will be non-zero. So here A dot B equal to A dot C implies that A dot B minus A dot C equal to 0. That means A dot B minus C equal to 0. Okay, here you see that this is an element and the elements in first bracket, this is an element. The product of that two elements is 0. We know that A is non-zero. You see that A is non-zero. Now our question is B minus 3 is 0 or non-zero? If B minus C is non-zero, then you see that A is non-zero and B minus C is also non-zero. Therefore, multiplication of that two elements is 0. So this contains 0 divisor, but it is not possible. Again repeat, if here A is non-zero, if B minus C is non-zero, then product of two non-zero elements is 0. That is, the ring contains divisor of 0. Here A will be left divisor of 0 and B minus C will be right divisor of 0. But here R contains no divisor of 0. Therefore, this is not equal to 0. Therefore, this is 0. That means B equal to C. Okay, because A because R contains no divisor of 0 and A is a non-zero element in R. So we show that for any three elements A, B, C with A non-zero, A dot B equal to A dot C implies that B dot B equal to C. So left cancellation law holds in the ring. Now we will show the right cancellation law. For that purpose, we consider three elements A, B with A not equal to 0 such that B dot A equal to C dot A, and then we will show B equal to C. Okay. Again, let A, B, C are three non-zero three elements with A non-zero such that B dot A equal to C dot A. Now we will cancel A from right hand side. Here B dot A equal to C dot A means B dot A minus C dot A equal to 0. That means B minus C dot A equal to 0. Here A is non-zero, therefore this will be 0. Otherwise, R contains divisor of 0. So B minus C equal to 0. That is B equal to C. This happens because R contains no divisor of 0 and A is non-zero. Thus, for three elements, any three elements A, B, C, we A not equal to 0, we get B equal to C. For three elements A, B, C, with A not equal to 0, B dot C, B dot A equal to C dot A implies that B equal to A. That is, A is cancelled from right hand side. So this is the right cancellation law. So we can conclude that right cancellation law holds in the ring. So both of the cancellation law hold in the ring. Okay. So the ring contains divisor of 0. I hope that you understand my video. If you understand, please like it and share it. Please see another videos also. You have to see at least example 4. You have to see also part 4. Actually, part 4 is the continuation of part 3. Actually, you have to see all the videos to concept clear. For clear concept, you have to see all the videos. Anyway, thank you. Have a good day.